welcome. I'm Alfred Lambrot Weber, and we're with Donna D'Angelo of the Institute for Christ Consciousness. Donna, over to you.
Thank you, Alfred. What you'll be hearing in a few moments is a meditation and experience that came through two very high spiritual sources yesterday on our Planetary Transformation call. Presently, we have been working in the circuits of planetary mind, past and present, with the spiritual dynamic of reconciliation. We started a few weeks ago with reconciliation of humanity with Deity, and that continues to be implemented into our planetary mind to help us remember that we have a divine source that we are always connected to, and that it is our privilege and our a choice whether or not we want to make contact with the presence of the indwelling spirit. In yesterday's call, we were focusing on reconciliation within humanity. We have been living in a planetary culture of a mindset you might call divide and conquer. The separation dynamic is something that was infused into our consciousness system at the time of the planetary rebellion by Lucifer and his minions, who were the caretakers of this world and many others who decided they did not like the divine plan of evolution and wanted to do it their own way. And what this did within the intrinsic nature of our relationship with Deity was to create a schism wherein Lucifer wanted to be the object of worship and not our creator. So this separation dynamic is deep. It is long-standing. It has been threaded throughout all of our institutions and our culture. It is the dynamic of separation that foments war and poverty and illness, keeping people separated from one another in harmonious relationships. And it fosters discord amongst individuals. And it also, to me, really shows up when we see ourselves being judgmental with one another. This is all part of this insidious separation dynamic. So the good news is, in yesterday's infusion from two very highly placed spiritual beings, our Father Christ Michael, who was here on the earth as Jesus, and our newest helper, a divine helper, Manja Ronson, who is here to help us move through this period and develop us more spiritually so we have the spiritual solutions that we can make the changes on this planet. God, in his potency, could heal this world instantly, but that would deprive us as planetary citizens the joy and the privilege of correcting our social problems. Now, this is a very big undertaking, and we are not doing it alone, fortunately. We have much spiritual help. And on these planetary transformation calls, we are guided to collaborate with our seraphim and archangel helpers to bring in these spiritual dynamics that will foster a healthy recognition of who we are and our place in God's family of love. The reconciliation within humanity heals the rifts within that separation dynamic to help us feel more unified within one another. We are diverse beings. We were never designed to think alike. That is what you might call intellectual uniformity. What we are supposed to develop is spiritual unity in recognition that we are all children under the parenthood of God, and we are all brothers and sisters in this family of love, and we are developing our relationships within that. This transmission is there to help us move out of this separation dynamic and come more into the diversity that we have, not only faith in ourselves, but faith in one another, that we can collaborate in a teamwork fashion and build a heavenly culture on this planet. So I hope you'll enjoy the experience. It's roughly 50 minutes long, and just follow the prompts. And again, we do this on the second and fourth Sundays of the month at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's called the Planetary Transformation Call. You can look it up on our website at institutechristconsciousness.org. And if you'd like to be included on our mailing list, please email me at, excuse me, sorry, Donna@institutechristconsciousness.org. Thank you, and back to you, Alfred.
Yeah, Donna, thank you very much. It'll take just a second or two while I line this up here, and I get this going, and get this going. Now, what people will enjoy, I think, also, is that is that we have made a film,
This is the Planetary Transformation
and this is the
call
Eye
from the
of
Institute
God
of Christ
Galaxy.
Consciousness for November 28th. This is Donna D'Angelo, and I will be transmitting our Father Michael, who was also here on this earth as our brother Jesus. So we will begin with our usual prayer. Paradise Trinity and Divine Parents, we appreciate the environment that you have provided us for our material lives. And we thank our magisterial son, Manjaransen, for joining us in this call today as we continue to collaborate with our planetary seraphim and many other helpers as this planet undergoes more divine justice through the adjudication process. We thank you for weaving us together as one, that our hearts, our souls, and our minds may be all aligned in spirit, and provide that dynamic for more transformational change to occur through the circuits of mind and heart. You know what we need to bring in today, and we thank you for guiding us and helping us stay connected to our indwelling spirits, that our focus may be strong, clear, steady, and most of all, motivated by love of humanity and our world for more transformation to occur. May your will be done. Thank you. Greetings, my beloved children. This is your Father Michael. I am pleased to join you today that you may receive my love and those spiritual energies that will support your continued transformational journey into Christ consciousness. As we begin today's focused intention, I invite you to set your gaze on the spiritual word energy dynamic of reconciliation. See this in your mind's eye and focus it in your hearts. Ask for it to penetrate into those areas, into your subtle energy system, that what this word energy contains of divine meaning and value may calibrate in you into those areas where you need more harmonious alignment in spirit, bringing about a correction in subtle energies that you hold within your mind and body. Take some deep breaths. Invite this reconciliation energy to move in you. And as you breathe, notice if these energies seem to soak in deeper into your being. Receive the embrace of our divine parental love from your mother and me to help you deepen into this endowment now as we begin. The reconciliation process is underway in the circuits of planetary mind. We began assisting you in this dynamic through the focused intention of reconciliation of humanity with Deity. And this continues. It is ongoing. Yet we always add other dynamics to support this overall reconciliation dynamic, which is most necessary and vital to the healing and transformation of this world to higher universe consciousness. We have made carefully laid plans to help this world recover from its insidious legacy of deviation from the divine plans of evolution. Reconciliation being a major theme or component to this dynamic. Thusly, we are here to introduce the deeper meaning and value of this spiritual attribute to help you recover from all of the various separation influences that have been carefully inculcated into human mind by those who have rejected the divine plan of evolution. Whether you recognize it or not, as you allow this reconciliation dynamic to imprint upon you, you are restoring a more healthy mindal environment within your beings to become more harmonious and unified with one another, moving you into deeper recognition of the brotherhood and sisterhood of all humanity under the parenthood of Mother, Father, God. You are moving in the direction of the living gospel that I promulgated during my human life here on Urantia as Jesus. allow my words and my presence to deepen in you through this infusion of reconciliation. And ask for that which is out of alignment in you that you cannot perceive yet through your own mind, but your indwelling spirit knows, to bring about more harmonious blending of the divine attributes in your being to contribute to the evolutionary endowment of your constituent makeup. You may become more divinely human and humanly divine. This is the objective for human life. It is the goal of self-mastery. And it is the development of the soul and living from that place dynamically more and more each day. So continue to receive from your mother and me this reconciliation attribute. Let it expand you in your field and deepen and heighten in your being. Thank you for receiving this, my beloved children. I withdraw now that another may address you as you turn your focus into the collective, bringing about more of this reconciliation dynamic to move into planetary mind, healing the rifts in the fabric of consciousness where separation has divided you, pitted brother against brother, sister against sister, humanity against itself. There are many attending seraphim to support this now. And I thank you for collaborating with them now to help this world recover from the past and move into its bright future. Good day. Greetings, my beloved brethren. This is Manja Ronson. And I so appreciate your presence here today as we continue to focus on the reconciliation dynamics for this world to receive. We continue to minister in these circuits of mind into what has separated you from being more harmonious as a planetary culture. We started with reconciliation of humanity with deity. And as your father, Michael, has said, this continues to support the shift in consciousness towards deity recognition. In today's infusion into the collective, we invite you to focus reconciliation within humanity to bring about a great shift in how you perceive one another. As you may recall, what the rebellion dynamics did in terms of your ability to love and appreciate one another was to bring you into separation. Separation dividing you within this family of love that exists at the core foundation of all life. Wars, poverty, illness, all stem from this separating dynamic that was spawned at the time of the planetary rebellion. And it continues to be fomented by those who would benefit from this separation agenda. But this is the time of planetary and personal healing and transformation. The reconciliation attribute of spirit is here to help you heal your relationships with one another and to foster a new loving kinship within humanity, to help you recognize that you all have the same spiritual source and parent, that you are indeed brothers and sisters who have the right to get to know one another in a loving manner, and to see your differences as part of a great fabric of diversity that is the foundation of all life. The world has had trouble recognizing that spiritual unity does not mean mental uniformity. You were not designed to believe or think all alike, but to honor the differences in one another and to see the value of those differences in one another, which has been very difficult for the human race to accomplish. So as we begin this focus in the collective, let these words settle into your hearts and minds. Visualize these words in your mind's eye. Reconciliation within humanity. And first, let us spiral that around the globe in that familiar counterclockwise rotation. Hold this as best you can for a few moments while we move into what you are holding and to weave this into areas where it is most needed and required. The intention of this infusion of reconciliation within humanity into planetary mind is to support humanity's willingness to see and recognize one another as children of God, to recognize the value of another person and the fact that they have the right to be who they are. As you know, human spiritual and creative potential has been thwarted from its full blossoming. And this infusion today is intended to help you move into a greater universe dynamic of teamwork, where you not only collaborate with us, but have more effective collaborations with one another, helping you perceive the divine synergy in your collaborative efforts with one another, that elevate you out of what you call your ego mind into the spirit level, where you are invited to co-create the divine plans for what you can accomplish with another or many individuals. This reconciliation dynamic, when it is fully functional in human mind, will bring about a change in how you perceive one another and a willingness to enter into more harmonious relationships. That are designed to work for the greater good, where everyone benefits. Now, you know this in your hearts to be true, but as a collective society, you have had very difficult times in implementing this. And we understand why this is so. That is why this reconciliation within humanity dynamic is being presented to you today, that you may not only imprint upon this, but embody this more and more, and send that reverberating signal into another person's energy system. Fosters harmonious understanding, love and compassion, tolerance, and patience with one another. As this continues to integrate into the planet, let us move the focus now down into what you might call a more unconscious level of planetary mind. If it is helpful, see these words pulsing underneath the earth: recognition and reconciliation within humanity. Recognition and reconciliation within humanity. Recognition and reconciliation within humanity. Let us now focus at this level, where there are many unconscious dynamics and influences of the rebellion still operating at deep levels within human mind. Allow the recognition dynamic to support people coming into more conscious awareness that humanity must reconcile with itself and come into more loving relationships that foster the furtherance of the magnificent gospel that your father Michael preached when he was here on earth as Jesus. Oh. There are those individuals still operating and fomenting discord, acrimony within the relationships of humanity. They are using the legacy of the separation dynamics of the rebellion to keep humanity in a state of antagonism against itself. We encourage you to pay close attention to how this insidious sophistry is being fed throughout certain quarters of planetary media. As this recognition and reconciliation dynamic functions together, it will help you to penetrate through the lies and deception of what is being fomented to see the truth, to come into rightful recognition of what reconciliation can do to support the healing in this deep planetary structure that has poisoned and perverted human relationships. Returning to love as the foundation of all relationships is the goal of this objective today. But it will take time and human willingness to open to this, to see the error of your ways in thinking and responding to one another, that more reconciliation may occur. And what brings this about is forgiveness. Forgiving the error, the person who perpetuated it. Which supports this reconciliation dynamic. To move into the emotional dynamics of a circumstance and bring about a higher healing spiritual frequency. Continue to hold that recognition and reconciliation within humanity at this underground level. There is one more element to be added. When a material world is deemed ready for life implantation, there are certain qualities innate in the evolutionary divine plans for this world, each world, to evolve to reflect a more divine culture. This occurs over a long, long period of evolution. Humanity in its raw state is very animal-like. Each material world is given support from the spiritual level to help you craft this divinely inspired culture, refining human behavior to become exquisite living works of artistic expression that was so exemplified in your brother Jesus' earth life. One of the organic, if I may use that word, components is for you to develop faith in yourselves and within humanity through the necessary collaborative teamwork model that you may all participate in the evolution of the divine plan. The separation spawned by the rebellion has thwarted this faith in humanity from fully blossoming. To have faith in yourselves and faith in one another that you can accomplish great things with spirit. And so now we invite you to visualize faith in humanity in your mind's eye. And first, allow it to spiral around the planet and that counterclockwise rotation from north to south pole. And then to invite it to go into that subterranean circuit, into memory, into unconscious mind, and assist in the reconciliation dynamic to have greater space to function, helping more individuals recognize that this is indeed the way out of all the problems you are encountering as a planetary culture. Faith in humanity, faith in humanity, faith in humanity. Let this move into planetary mind, past and present, to cultivate a more spiritually enlivened culture for the future. And we move in these circuits now, my beloved brethren. My brethren, you are all so dearly loved. The Father in paradise has faith in you. Do you have faith in yourself? Do you have faith in humanity? The world is undergoing a mighty change. And while you recognize how much evil has been living here, influencing human behavior, it is time to cast this off and to reestablish those innately divine patterns within humanity that sponsor spiritual growth. Faith in humanity is a divine gift. Your parents, Michael and Nebudonia, have faith in you. I have faith in you. Your universe brethren have faith in you that you can be the healers and transformers of this world. You have it in you. Each one of you has it in you, whether you recognize it or not. And we support you in cultivating this faith dynamic within yourselves and within humanity. So let us now lift the planet up to the Paradise Trinity, asking for their divine love to embrace this world reinforcing the faith in humanity innate structure within the divine plans of evolution. These are not things that you can see with your mind's eye, but you recognize through the lens of spirit. So in whatever way you can, see the world in your mind's eye pulsing with recognition and reconciliation within humanity and faith in humanity, pulsing upon the planet as the Paradise Trinity unfolds the world and sends that reverberating signal of their divine love into this global structure for further realignment in divine will. Paradise Trinity, we thank you for your glory radiating into this planet to inspire more people into that reconciliation dynamic that is bonding and healing and transforming, opening human nature to more of its creative and spiritual potential. That more individuals may be about the daily activity, soul growth, recognizing the presence of the spirit within, and being able to transform within the dynamics of reconciliation and faith in humanity. Oh. Let us now move into that gratitude to the Trinity of their ministrations to this world, for the ministrations of your divine parents as they continue to support this beleaguered world in its transformative journey. And know that all things are returning to a more spiritually aligned position to support human recognition of the indwelling deity presence and catalyze more inner motivation to grow in spirit. Thank you. Take a few deep breaths. Let your mind's eye return to the planet as a whole. As the Christian world moves into the period of Advent in preparation for Christmas, know that the spiritual energy all through the planet is more highly operational and functional. Ask for these dynamics to be seated liberally throughout the Christian world, for this is one of the most harmonious environments for these dynamics to take root and grow. Invite the true gospel message of Jesus to support this growing dynamic of reconciliation within humanity, and let it spread into other spiritual beliefs and religious movements. Emphasizing the good in humanity, the potential that this good can cultivate of building more peace, tolerance, compassion in human relationships. And let these energies integrate all around the globe. Deepening humanity's ability to recognize the kinship within humanity based on the parenthood of God. Thank you, my beloved brethren. Our objectives have been accomplished for today, yet these energies are continuing to create more momentum in the circuits of transformation. Remember to focus on these dynamics as a part of your daily meditations. For you contribute greatly through your intention by providing us with that space to continue to augment what has already been accomplished. It is a mighty effort and undertaking, and we are pledged to stand by your side as you make these changes individually and collectively, and aggregations of peace, justice, forgiveness, tolerance, compassion will build as thought forms and emotional dynamics that more individuals may cast off the darkness within, stand boldly in the light of Spirit, and stand with the Paradise Father and your divine parents as this world continues on its trajectory toward light and life. May you all receive a mighty upstepping from this call today and be able to be about the Father's business within you more and more each day. And when you feel small or weak or fearful, call on us, your parents, your spirit, your guardian seraphim, to come close to you and give you that boost you need to continue your journey on your path of faith. And to become more dynamic, living expressions of love to your brothers and sisters. Good day.